Hi, welcome to our Q&A. I hope everyone's having a great evening so far, or as John always reminds me, morning or late night with Craig in Canada. It's going on 9 o'clock there, and it's Wednesday morning at almost 9:30 in Australia, where our friend John lives. So I'm so glad you guys could tune in this evening, and we already have a question. Oops, let me turn that off. I had That won't be very good. You won't wanna hear me double. Okay. Um, I just wanna make sure that's on live chat. It is. We're good. Okay. So Rita has a question. Welcome, Rita. And her question is, can you sous vide in the two lid Ninja Tender Crisp? So the two lid models, some of them have the sous vide function and some of them don't. So if you have the sous vide function, you absolutely can sous vide in the two lid models. If you don't, it makes it really difficult. There's certain things that you could technically sous vide, I guess, if you were able to manage your water temperatures, but it would really be a pain. So I would kind of come out and say, no, not really, unless you have that function. It's just going to be too time consuming and too much trouble, really, without that function because that holds the water temperature exactly where you program it, or within a few degrees. All right. So, hi, Craig. Hi, John. Let's see. Anybody else? Hi, Brian. How are you? Hi, Elsie. How are you? Hi, Google Life. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Gail. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Norma. How are you guys? Hi, Beth. How are you doing? Beth from Maryland. Uh, oh, it's going so fast. Hi, Linda. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Daddy Dutch. How are you? Jeff is at work right now, but I will pass along the hello to him. Hey, Jan. Hi, Sylvianne. Hi, Norma. Okay, Norma's got a good question too. Let me pop this up. Do I change time or temperature to sous vide frozen chicken breast? The time, yes. The temperature, no. So when you're sous vide cooking, the temperature is you set it where you want your finished uh, I'm going to say food product, whatever you want to call it, where you want that to be. So like for chicken breast, and I know this is going to sound a little weird, but for chicken breast, I like to set it at 145. And you might say, wait a minute, it's got to be cooked to 165 to be safe. But sous vide does things over a long period of time. And pasteurization, which is what we do when we cook chicken or pork or whatever other meats that we're cooking up to, recommended temperature for serving. So for chicken, that's 165. That's because we do it really like hot and fast. Okay. You bring it up to 165, but it's only there for a minute and then you're ready to serve it. Right. Um, Whereas with sous vide, it goes for a lot longer time. And pasteurization can be done at lower temperatures over longer periods of time or shorter periods of time at higher temperatures. So for chicken, I like to go between 145 and 150 is my perfect texture of the chicken breast. And for frozen, usually for regular thawed chicken breast, I usually do 90 minutes. Okay. And that's going to make it safe to eat and cook it, thoroughly to the 145. And it holds there for probably I think it was 30 minutes or 45 minutes is what is factored in to make sure that it's safe to eat. With frozen, I would definitely increase the time though. And I would probably, to be on the safe side, I would just add an hour. You're not going to ruin your chicken breast with it being in there an extra hour. So I would do 2.5 hours. Yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah, add an hour, 2.5 hours for frozen. It may not take that long, but I would just to make sure that it's being held at that right temperature. Now, if you're cooking to 165, um, you can do that in sous vide as well with a chicken breast. That's no problem. So if you want to cook it to 165, probably 2 hours would be fine for a frozen chicken breast. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Tammy. How are you? Hi, Catherine. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Pat. Hi, Stacia. How are you? Hi, Julie. How are you? Um, okay, so Julie wants to know any advice on easy instant pot recipes. I broke my wrist. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry about that. That really stinks. Um, uh, Pressure Instant Pot, is another brand of pressure cooker. I usually cook with the Ninja Foodie, but they're interchangeable for the most part as far as pressure cooking goes. So I would take a look on my website, thesaltedpepper.com. I mean, there's tons of easy, look for dump and cook recipes, basically. And I have a bunch of them on my website. And then there's, I mean, you could just Google whatever you want, add Instant Pot after it, and tons of recipes will come up for that too. But yeah, I would look for one pot. So maybe if you're doing a search, whether it's on my website or on Google, put in one pot. That's going to probably be quick and easy ones for you to get done. And hopefully you recover really quickly. Hi, Alaska Family Kitchen. How are you? Hey, Larry. How are you? Hi, Barbara. Hi, Tammy. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that, Ken. So, Daddy Dutch just enjoyed some West Coast shake shrimp. So, for those of you that do or don't know my friend CJ, Cooking with CJ, who also has a YouTube channel and Facebook page, he just did a rub. And Steve, oh, help me out here, Daddy Dutch. Steve Shake. Maybe you could pop the link in if you're still watching, Ken. Pop the link in case anybody's interested in checking it out. So it's a West Coast shake, okay, which means a rub, a seasoning blend. And I hear it's really delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna get my hands on some. Hey Tammy, how are you? Oh, Lisa. Okay. I made your mac and cheese in the Ninja Foodie, but it seemed like it was gritty. Any ideas what would cause that? Sounds like the cheese broke is would be my first guess. But you mix the cheese in after the fact, so it really shouldn't. It should have come together. Of course, I have so many different macaroni and cheese recipes on my website, so I don't know exactly which one you're talking about. But it could have been the type of cheese that you used. Did you use a low fat cheese? Or yeah, let me know what kind of cheese you used and which recipe you were following, and then I'll get back to you because it really depends on that. But sounds like the cheese probably broke, which means it's split and then it gets kind of icky. And some cheeses just don't melt that well, right? So they don't become that really creamy, delicious mac and cheese that we love. It kind of becomes a little, I call it goopy. Now, if it's really gritty, I'm not really sure, but I think still the cheese probably broke. Um, okay. So Craig tried the carrots out yesterday for supper. They were good, but if I want them a little more tender, should I increase the PC time to 3 minutes or still do the 2 in a natural release? Craig, I think that would depend on a scale of 1 to 10, or let's just do 1 to 5. How much more tender do you want them? So if they were sitting at a 3 and you want them to be a 5 in tenderness, I would probably do the 2-minute pressure cook with a 5 to 10 minute natural release. Okay. I think that'll take that up 2 degrees of tenderness. If they're sitting at a 1 or a 2 and you want them at a 5, then go ahead and increase the PC time to 3 minutes and then do do a quick release and you should be fine. I'm kind of curious though, because mine were not. In fact, mine probably could have been just a touch firmer for me, but so I thought they were pretty tender. So let me know, did you get baby carrots? I wonder if yours were bigger than mine. Size does matter in that, in that application. Like if the baby carrots are much bigger, width wise, because mine were kind of on the small side. They were a little firmer when I used regular carrots and cut them, which I actually preferred. But either way, I thought they were delicious. I absolutely love those. All right, Brenda wants to know what is sous, and probably you mean sous vide. So sous vide is a cooking method where you use a hot water bath to cook the food. So it's cooking at a precise temperature in a water bath. The food is sealed in a baggie or another container, and then it is submerged in this liquid in the water, and it's always water because your food's sealed. You put it in water that is heated to the temperature that you program in based on what the food is you're cooking and how you want it cooked. So it's really great. Like sous vide cooking is really great for tough cuts of meat that need to tenderize, but you don't want to overcook them. So you can actually tenderize, a tougher cut of beef and still have it like perfect medium rare, and it'll be so, so delicious. You can cook it for a long period of time at those lower temperatures. It's beautiful. And then also, it's really good for meats and things that tend to overcook quickly, like chicken breast or pork chops, because you really never overcook your food when you sous vide cook it. You can keep it in there too long and change the texture of it, but technically you're not overcooking it. So you're not going to like get it up. If you set your temperature to 145, it's never going to go above 145. You're not going to heat your food to 155 or 65. No matter how long you leave it in there, it's never going to get above the temperature you set, but it will change texture. So there are recommended times for sous vide cooking. Hi Jolene, how are you? Um I'm trying to get Christmas presents done. Crafting. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't think that I would think about Christmas in April. That would just be my thing. But probably should think about Christmas recipes closer to July instead of what I do, which is in November. Planning ahead is always a good thing, right? Hi, Missy. How are you? All right, Brittany, how are you? So, Brittany's asking all of you guys, what is your favorite must have breakfast for dinner item? For me, it's pancakes. For me, too. If I'm going to make breakfast for dinner, it is pancakes. And I'll tell you exactly what I have to make. I have to make pancakes. I have to make link sausage, preferably maple, and 2 eggs over easy, okay, or sunny side up if I feel like doing that, whichever one, but definitely yolky and runny. And then the eggs and the pancakes with the syrup, the yolk gets put onto the pancakes, and the sausage gets dipped into the yolk and the syrup, and it's all delicious. So you guys answer her too. What's your favorite go-to dinner breakfast food that you would make if you were having dinner? Another thing is chipped beef. Oh my gosh, I love chipped beef. Yum, yum, yum. Hi, Robin. How are you? Jan, I have a cookbook, but it's called Flavors of Fall. It's fall recipes that I did several years ago. It's an ebook. Okay. So it's not a physical cookbook. The company that I'm going to say investigating, I don't know, interviewing, I don't know, whatever I was doing with them years ago, I started this process for an actual hardcover or binded kind of cookbook. Because I don't want to do one on Amazon that are print to order. You don't have enough options. Like I can't do it the way I want to. So I wanted to have it printed, but I think they're out of business. So that's a problem. Finding reasonable printers because cookbooks are so expensive to print. They are so expensive and now shipping so expensive. So really, and nobody's going to buy a $40 cookbook from me. I mean, maybe Julia Childs, but not from me. So I've got it. I'm just looking into it again because where I had gotten so far, but wasn't quite ready. Now I'm really ready to do one, but I can't find a great place to print it. All right. Hi, Mary in Charlotte, North Carolina, 84 today. Yeah, it was really warm here in Tennessee as well. Um, oh, Stacia, good. I hope you like Stacia's cooking my sirloin roast in the morning. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, Uncle Steve's shake is where you can get that shake, and maybe we can get the link thrown in if Ken is still watching. But you can probably find it on Cooking with CJ's YouTube channel too. Let's see. Okay, Barbara, this is going to be funny to answer. I don't see a cooking time for artichokes. I've never cooked an artichoke in my life. In my entire life, I've never cooked an artichoke. Believe it or not. I don't know why. But I do believe my friend Lauren at the Tasty Travelers has an artichoke recipe. So you can Google artichokes, the Tasty Travelers, and I think it's in the Ninja Foodie. I'm not positive on that one, but I think it is. Um, So I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, I would think I would steam them, but I've bought a couple artichokes thinking, oh, I'm gonna make some artichokes because I think I should have a recipe, right? For artichokes. And I never get to it. And then they dry up and shrivel up in the refrigerator. And I don't know. They intimidate me a little bit, honestly. But I don't think they're hard to cook or anything. But I've just never done it. Excuse me. Okay, Rosa. Um, all right. I think she meant, how are you guys? We're good. We're good. Have a question. The removable lid for my pressure cooker is not working. Do you know where I can get a new one? Love all of your recipes. Well, first of all, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm assuming you have a Ninja Foodie, and I'm assuming that you're talking about the pressure cooker lid. And I wonder if we couldn't troubleshoot it a little bit because it's odd that they just stopped working. Usually what happens is you need a new seal or you might even need a new valve, but very seldom do the whole pressure lid not work. But if you do want to troubleshoot with me, send me an email, Louise at thesaltedpepper.com, and we can, I can give you some ideas for troubleshooting, and then we can pinpoint what the problem is. But if you just want to purchase a new one, I think last time I looked, they were like $25 or something. They are on the Ninja site, okay? And just make sure you get one for your model. Now, all the sizes are the same. All the diameters are the same on the Ninja Foodie for the two lid models, and I think the one lid models are even the same, but obviously you don't use that lid, so you wouldn't need that lid. So yeah, so go on there and just make sure you get the right the two lid pressure cook lid, and you should be fine. Or you can email me and we'll troubleshoot. Hi Nancy, how are you? All right, Nancy says that she likes. I can never say this. Who I don't know why I can't say it. I can't say it, but I have eaten them. They're delicious. And the other one I can't say either. Thank you, Nancy. Um, and oh gosh, no, let me not ruin that. Okay. Um, I want to say the first one, but I'm going to embarrass myself. Oh well. Jeff can say it perfectly. I've heard of the second one. I've never had it though. I'm going to have to do it. All right. So, excuse me for yawning. I'm so sorry about that. That's embarrassing. All right, Tammy, love your recipes. Thank you. Made a healthy keto ground chicken parm yesterday. That sounds good. I never know what to do with ground chicken, but it was good. Maybe you could perfect it. Yeah, I can take a peek at it. A keto chicken parm, but I don't think I would do it with ground chicken. See, that's the thing. I don't like. I use ground chicken for very few things, because it tends to be dry and it's very flavorless. So you really have to do a lot of seasoning to it. I would prefer using chicken breast, but yeah, I'll look at that recipe. All right, let's see. Okay, so Lisa, we're back. Ah, that's it. Oh, okay. So, well, wait a minute. Let me put this up on. So, for you, those of you who are just tuning in, Lisa made one of my macaroni and cheese recipes, and it came out gritty. She said. So, I was asking her about the cheese she used. So, now, she used mild cheddar and Monterey Jack, but she froze it. Then she thawed it. Then she grated it. So there are some changes in cheese when you freeze it and then grate it. Now, it's even worse if you grate it and then thaw it and then put it in. But I still think that could have been the issue, the thawing of the cheese. Monterey Jack is usually a really nice, melting cheese. I have a feeling it was the cheddar that caused the grittiness. And I think it's because it was frozen. Now, a lot of other times you can use frozen cheese. My mom freezes cheese all the time, and she puts it in all kinds of things. But macaroni and cheese, when the cheese is the star of the show, I really recommend using cheese that has not been frozen. And that would be the easy mac and cheese, Lisa, that just has the basic cheese. It's not the bacon mac or anything like that. Okay. Hi, Patricia. How are you? And Craig says that we were talking about carrots, my carrot recipe earlier. And okay, yeah. So try it both ways and let me know which one you like better. Um, Hey, Debbie, how are you? I hope you're recovering quickly and doing well. Oops. Excuse me. I've got to take this because this is my husband. Hello? Hello? Okay, so my and if you don't know, my husband is a pilot for an air evac company, and he's working, and he got a flight like just before I went live. So when he calls me, and I know he's on a flight, like I'm answering the phone, but it I could just hear the rotors going, and I couldn't hear him. So apparently, it was a mistake dial. Thank goodness, because I don't want to hear from him calling me. He never calls me. He'll send me a message. He never calls me. So I definitely don't want to hear from him when I know he's in flight. Um, okay, so Debbie, that pepper steak, isn't that just so easy and yummy? Oh my gosh, I love that recipe. It's just like a little quick stir fry. It's so easy. Hey Melissa, how are you? Oh, you haven't seen it? So this is the test kitchen back here, which really has really just become a storage spot for all the different appliances. And then you can see I've got some pantry items up there. And then the test kitchen, I mean the studio kitchen's in front of me. But we love it. We love it. Okay, so Rita says, which Ninja do you recommend if I want to upgrade from the Tender Crisp? So you're talking about the Ninja Foodie, probably the two lid, one of the older models, and you wanted to upgrade. So, I mean, personally, I would stick with the Foodie. I don't know that I would upgrade. If you wanted to upgrade, I would go to the OL series with the one lid. I mean, I've become quite fond of that. Although there are some advantages to the two lid models as well, especially if you like to make 360 meals and stacking and things. And honestly, I think like just a teeny bit, I think the two lid models are a little bit more reliable and predictable. So I've had more like, what in the world happened moments with the one lid than I have the two lid. Now, a lot of that's user error, and I'll give you an example of that, like because it happened to me last night. So I wanted to heat up some frozen soup, and I took it out of the freezer and I put it into the foodie, and I selected slow cook, and I selected slow cook on high, I think, or low, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I had the lid open, and I think I don't know if I might have closed the lid and then opened it and then closed it back up again. Oh yeah, I did. So I wanted to add some chicken stock. So I had the lid closed. I had it all set for slow cook. I opened it up and I added in some broth and then I closed it again. And I come back in like an hour later and the soup is stone cold and the foodie's turned off. And I was like, what happened here? What happened? And then I realized that it had, when I opened the lid, it switched functions on me to sear saute because that's what it defaults to. And so it was user error totally, but it was, I mean, an hour later, I'm ready to eat my soup and it's cold, frozen still, actually. So anyway, so I do like the one lid OL series though. I mean, I do like the fact that you don't have to mess with two lids. It is nice, but I still think that the Ninja Foodie two lid models, especially when you get up into the ones that have the sous vide and all the bells and whistles, they work really well too. I don't, unless you don't pressure cook at all, I don't really recommend like switching to a different type of Ninja appliance. Like they've got the Ninja Speedy now. And of course, they've got the Ninja Grill and they've got the Ninja Oven, but they're totally different than the Ninja Foodie pressure cooker and air crisper. And not better or not worse. They're just totally different. The Speedy is probably the closest to the OL series of Ninja Foodies, but doesn't have pressure cook. And I love pressure cooking, so I that wouldn't be my appliance of choice. I have one and I like it. It's right back there, whichever way. It's that gray thing. Oh, a lot of people are saying quiche, Brittany, to the breakfast. See, I think of quiche as lunch. I don't know why. I mean, I think of it as definitely something that I would enjoy for lunch. Trisha says yuck. So apparently there's something she does not like. French toast is a good one. That's great. And Joni says now she wants some pancakes. Oh, no eggs. I love eggs. Oh my gosh. In fact, I love eggs so much we have 8 new chicks that are, all feathered out now, and they're about to go out into the coop, and hopefully by the fall, we will have lots of fresh eggs again. Um, Robin says her favorite is a veggie spinach omelet and crispy bacon. I love crispy bacon, but for some reason with sausage, I mean with pancakes, I want sausage, not bacon. Um, oh, you're getting lots of great answers. Lots of great answers. Oh yeah, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because it's not. It's just a it's a YouTube channel name, and I can't. It's not a name. I don't think. Um, the tornado hit Southeast PA, and the ninja saved the day. The generator wouldn't power the range. A kitten was born. I named the little critter Twister. So we also had a tornado touchdown in Bethel Springs, where I live in Tennessee, and it was pretty major. Like Jeff and I actually went to our basement because it was that bad. And Jolene says, so she's making recipe stand books. Oh, cool. For the kids to have some of their favorite recipes. That's awesome. That's wonderful. She's making those now for Christmas presents. And hello, Teresa from Oklahoma. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah. I hear we're gonna have some more nasty weather. Oh my gosh, Kathy, 700 inches of snow in Utah and still snowing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And Norma says she loves artichoke. She tried in the foodie, but she doesn't remember the timing. Sorry, guys. Do the ninjas have a fuse in them? No, not like you would think. Not that kind of a thing, Barb. I don't think. I've never taken one apart, but I think they just don't have all computer chips. So I don't think it's a fuse per se, like you would think of a little fuse. But I don't know. I've never taken one apart. They might. I don't know. I have no idea. Hi, Cooking with CJ. We were just talking about you a little while ago. Um, okay. All right, I'm gonna keep going down here. Let's see. Hey, CJ, if you're still in, could you drop the link to your spice rub, please? Thank you. Yeah, Nancy, isn't it the one that's like got spinach and it's in a pan and you kind of drop your eggs in? Like I've seen it. I just haven't tasted it, but I'm going to because it sounds good. All right. Have I ever used nutritional yeast? I have not, but I know a lot of people who have and who do and use it as a Parmesan cheese substitute. So, yeah, apparently that's the flavor it kind of has. Um, okay, let's see. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? Hope you're doing well. And Barb says she loves her OL 701. That's good. That's probably the um I'm gonna say top of the line. Yeah, that's subjective, right? I mean, it's just the newest with all the bells and whistles, including a hands-free pressure release and stuff, and a probe that you could stick in your meat and pressure cook with it in there. Um, all right, so let's talk about butter. So, making mashed potatoes, is it worth it to use Irish butter instead of normal butter? Absolutely, yes, 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 yes. For special occasions, though, because it's expensive. So, for a special occasion or when you really just want to indulge yourself in the most delicious mashed potatoes ever, use Irish butter. Any other day of the week, normal butter is just fine. Um, and yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so glad you watched the Kilcannon video. That's a really good recipe. I think it's totally worth it. I think it's totally worth it if you want to indulge and have a special mashed potato. The difference is the fat content and also the grass that the cows graze on is different because it's over in Ireland and they are all grass fed. So it's all grass fed, no grain finishing at the end. It's really delicious. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Good to see you. All right, so John's gonna chime in. I use my 2 lid far more than my 1 lid, but I love both for different reasons. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Although I will say that I use my 1 lid much more now than the 2 lid, but I'm still partial to the 2 lid. I don't know. That's the way it is. And Trisha says biscuits and gravy. Yes, you can't go wrong with that, right? Um, Ninja French toast. I don't know if she was making it in the Ninja. I mean, you could. You could use sear saute and make French toast. You could even use air fry and make some French toast, but it would take longer, right? So French toast is so quick and easy that if I was going to do it in the Ninja, I would do it on sear saute in the bottom of the pot. But to be quick about it, if you're going to make more than just 2 pieces, because I think you could probably get two pieces. If you try to get 4 in the bottom of the pot, depending on the size of your bread, obviously, I think you would end up crowding too much. And the Ninja pot's deep. Doesn't make it very convenient for flipping the French toast either. So honestly, French toast is one of those things that I would stick with the stove and just cook it that way. Oh, Nancy's saying no spinach. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'll have to look it up. Um, oh, John said he spoiled Barry with your fudge again, the Rocky Road fudge. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys like that recipe. That's great. Ryan is air frying burgers in the garage tonight. Saves the house from smelling like burger for days. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see. So John says, have been doing 360 sweet and sour and rice. That sounds so good. Now put chicken in water in separate pot as it was thinning out the sauce. Yeah, okay. Right. Gotcha. Now it was thinning out the sauce because it was releasing its juices, right? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yep. So now you're putting it in a different one. Hi, Dwayne. How are you? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Um, oh no. CJ, pop it over in a message to me. I'll through Facebook, and I will open up Facebook and I'll post it in there. I don't know how to make anybody a moderator. I'm not good like that. Now I've got to log into Facebook though, because I've been logged out of everything because I had to reconfigure my computer. Okay, let's see. Log into Facebook. I should be good. And now back. And double verification. And yes, it was me logging in. Okay. All right. So CJ, if you're still there, just send it to me in Facebook. I could probably look it up just as easy, but I'm not even sure where to start. All right. And so I'm actually caught up with the chat. So that's awesome. So now I can just say cheers. And what I'm drinking is a dirty martini. And I'm really kind of worried because I don't see Crystal again. This is 2 weeks in a row. And I think she tunes in on YouTube and not Facebook. So I don't know if I have any way of contacting her. It makes me nervous. Like when I know they're always in the chat. Like if John dropped off the face of the earth, for a couple weeks, I would be, panicking really. Cause I don't know. I love you guys. Of course, with John, I have his email, so I would be blowing up his email. Okay. All right. So CJ just gave me the link. So let me grab it. So this is for the West Coast Shake. And I hear it's really awesome. I still haven't gotten any. I have to buy some. I will use the link. There you go. Okay, so let me copy this link. I'm like not the greatest at all this stuff. Oh, okay. So CJ was just telling me how easy it is to make somebody a moderator. So I can do that. Hit the 3 buttons. Oh no, CJ, it just tells me I can put you in timeout or I can block you. It doesn't say add as a mod. So, I'm on StreamYard. That's why I've got to be here in, oh boy. See what I mean? Technology. It's not my thing. Okay. There. Let's see. Hide user. Okay. There we go. I don't know the difference between managing and standard, but since I don't like to be managed, I pick standard. CJ, you can let me know what the difference is later. um, okay. All right, so Dorothy's going to chime in here. Dorothy has a lot of experience cooking with a lot of the Ninja appliances. So I love my original double lid OP401. That's the 8 quart. And the single lid OL701. That's also the 8 quart. I bought the OL601, which is still an 8 quart, but not with all the bells and whistles. If I'm doing a 360 meal, it's definitely the double lid. Yeah, I agree. The extra room in the dome lid is a plus. Absolutely, I agree. If I want to do steam crisp or steam bake or take advantage of those PC vent settings, and of course it's the OL. Yeah, I agree with all that 100%. There is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. It's just what kind of cooking you like to do, you know? I mean, there's people who absolutely love the Ninja Foodi grill over the Ninja Foodi pressure cooker because they would never pressure cook. They don't cook that way. They like to sear and cook different cuts of meat and the grill or grill veggies, and the grill works great, you know? Um, Hi, Elise. How are you? Good to see you. And Trisha says she likes the 2 lids so I can put it in the dishwasher. Okay, you know what, Trisha, you just brought up a really good point about that. So I have noticed that although the access to the air fryer pressure cooker lid on the 1 lid models, which is the OL series, it's easier to get into. It can get messy, but let me tell you, it's nothing compared to how messy that Ninja Speedy gets. Oh my goodness. That lid, it gets really dirty. Really dirty. There's no pressure cooking, but you can steam crisp. I'm talking all kinds of stuff up in there. But so yeah, you can definitely put the pressure lid in the dishwasher. That's good. Brenda says, I've never seen you do a Q and answer. So, yeah, I do them every other Tuesday. So 2 Tuesdays a month are Q and A's, and 2 Tuesdays a month are cooking, which is Tasty Tuesday. So I alternate because when I do the cooking Tuesday called Tasty Tuesday, Jeff's with me. He's off work and he's able to manage the cameras and the lights and all that stuff. And I can concentrate on cooking. Or as we've done more recently, sometimes I'll go and we'll switch. He'll cook and I'll man the cameras, and everybody knows that does not go well because I forget to change the angles and all this stuff. So anyway, so when he's at work, because he works 7 days on, 7 days of 12-hour shifts on, so not like he's gone for 7 days total, but then he's off for 7 days. So when he's off, we do the Taste Tuesdays, and when he's not, I do the Q and A's, just so that I can connect with you guys every Tuesday and have it kind of a routine. Yeah, Juliet, I hope Crystal is just doing something else. That's right. I hope so. And I know she was having some trouble with some headaches, so I am kind of concerned. Okay. Yes, I figured it out, CJ. I'm slow, but I did figure it out. Okay. I don't even know if I said what I was drinking. Cheers. A dirty martini? Did I say that? I'm not even sure. It's pretty good right now. This one, like, I think I did one 2 weeks ago and it was really strong. This one's really good. Okay. All right, Lori. Hey, Louise, I want to marinate a thin flank steak and fill it with mushrooms already sauteed. Can I cook, saute, roast in my foodie? Only did this in the oven. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so you could saute the mushrooms in whatever seasonings that you want in using sear saute. And then you can take the flank steak. And what I'm assuming you're doing is after it's marinated, you want to roll it up, right? You want to fill it and roll it up with the mushrooms. And then you could definitely use the bake roast function to cook it. That's no problem. You can even sear it if you wanted to, and then like a slow roast, a lower roast, you could broil it to do it a little bit quicker. So yeah, there's tons of options there. The main thing though with a marinade, if it's a liquid marinade, which I'm kind of a marinade sort of lends itself to being liquid. If it's liquid and you want to sear it, then I would definitely pat it dry before you sear it. Otherwise, it's just going to steam. and you're gonna get a lot of liquid in the bottom of the pot, and it's not gonna get that nice browning that you want. All right, let's see. Oh, Wayne. Okay. So let me just tell you, you're talking about the tacos from Q Belly's Barbecue. Oh my goodness. Jeff and I just made them the other night. They are absolutely phenomenal. They're the best thing I think I've ever eaten in my life. Jeff and I agreed. We are never eating tacos any other way. So, I would love to do a recipe for them. I would love to do that. But I'm certainly not going to step on toes and take Cubelli's recipe and technique from him. So what I need to do is touch base with him and see if he wants to somehow partner up and do the recipe. So because it's amazing and everybody should make it 25 times at least because you'll never eat tacos another way. They were just so amazing. So yeah, I got to do that. Maybe we could all do it, CJ. CJ, did you even eat one? I can't even remember if you ate one. They were so amazing. Okay. All right, Kathy. Hi Louise. Hi Kathy. I brought some chorizo on a whim. It's not the smoked kind, but raw in a tube. I've never had it or cooked it before. Have no clue what to do with it. Do you have a recipe using it that you would recommend? Well, chorizo is one of those things that adds a ton of flavor to just about anything you want to put in it, put it in. I mean, it's a sausage, okay? So it's just got tons of flavor. But it's a different kind of texture than you might be used to. So it's much finer. If it's in the tube, you're gonna saute it. You're gonna have a lot of like I say fat. It is fat. It's also some of the seasonings and juices coming out. So I like to add it to you can add it to eggs. It depends on how spicy it is. First thing I would do before I did anything with it, or I would take a little bit and fry it in a pan. Now, if it's the red kind, it is near to impossible to know when it's done. But just know they're little teeny tiny pieces of the ground sausage, so you can just saute it for like 5 minutes and it'll be done. But it stays real wet, so it's just different, right? And then I think I had chorizo. I might chorizo. I don't know if I add it to my shrimp and grits, but it would be really good in shrimp and grits. It would be really good in what is that? Hoppin' John. It would be really good in. It's good in scrambled eggs. It's good in. I mean, really, you add it to anything, but I usually add it like as a secondary flavoring. I don't usually use it as a complete meat on its own. But if CJ's listening, I think he probably has more experience with it than I do. Okay, nope, he's out because he is going to feed the kids. They want to eat. See ya, CJ. Okay, so Aaron wants to make the mint cheesecake, and I've never done a cheesecake before. Do you have any tips for me? Yes, don't change anything. Just follow the recipe and you'll be perfectly fine. The size of the pan matters. So if you don't have, I think, what do I use? 7.5 inch or something like that. Cheesecake, you can always send me an email, louise@thesaltedpepper.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook at thesaltedpepper. Well, it's not thesaltedpepper.com. It's facebook.com/thesaltedpepper and use Messenger. And you can send me a message there if you have a different pan. But other than that, yeah, just follow the instructions. It is so super, super easy. Oh, CJ just gave me a link for the tacos that we were just talking about. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Let me get this up and hold on a second. You might hear him talking. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I told you I'm not tech savvy. I can't multitask either. All right, so I'm putting the link in there for the YouTube. It's a short, so it's a real quick video. These tacos are amazing. Okay. Oh, and Aaron, the other tip I would give you is make sure you allow enough time for it to chill. Okay. And another tip I would give you is don't second guess yourself when it comes out of the pressure cooker. You might think it's not done all the way. It might be a little jiggly. That's the way it's supposed to be. finishes setting up in the refrigerator. You're going to be just fine. It's delicious, really basic, really easy recipe. Um, John throwing his curveball at me as usual. Do you like sit and think about these questions and write them down? Do you have a list of them? I'm going to throw these out every Q&A. I talked about that. I think on Tasty Tuesday, because that's the one you couldn't make. We talked about a little bit and said how you were always throwing these questions at me. Okay, so the question tonight, Louise, for our newbies, what type of cooking pots and pans should we not use when pressure cooking? Okay, so this is a loaded question because there's so many different ways to answer it. But there is nothing that you should not use, but there are some risky things like glass, okay? Unless it's a glass like jar, like a canning jar, which they're meant for pressure cooking, so they tend not to break, but even those can break. And anybody that's pressure cooked, like canning vegetables and things like that, knows that they can break. So glass can break in the pressure cooker. Ceramic can break in the pressure cooker. I would not pressure cook with cast iron just because of the way the materials that it is. You wouldn't want all that moisture there with your cast iron. So it's not that you can't, it's that you don't want to. Okay, you don't want to. You don't want to use ceramic. You don't want to use glass because you don't want to ruin your food. It's not going to blow the lid off the pressure cooker or anything like that. It's not going to melt in there. The glass is not going to melt. But if it has any hairline cracks and you release the pressure, it's the sudden change in the temperature and the change in the pressure that can cause it to just break. And then if you've got food in it, your food's ruined because it's full of glass. So that's why we say don't use those. The other thing that you need to be careful about is silicone. Not that you can't use it, you absolutely can use it, but it conducts heat differently. So if you're using silicone instead of metal and the recipe's using a metal pan, you may need to adjust your timing a little bit. Even with pressure cooking, it does change things up. Let's see. So what other things, John? I'm sure you've got a bunch of other ones. So I said cast iron, don't pressure cook with. Glass, don't pressure cook with. Ceramic, don't pressure cook with. Anything porous, don't pressure cook in. So like clay, like clay, any clay pots, don't pressure cook in those. They'll break. Stoneware, any kind of stoneware, okay, don't pressure cook with, they'll break. But you can air fry in them. You can use any dry cooking method. You can even steam with some of those things, and it's fine. I wouldn't steam with cast iron though. Did I cover it, John? Can you think of anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you can't. I think that's really it. That's the main ones anyway. Oh, you know what, Jolene? I did get that chicken patty video. What was I shocked about? That it was it ground chicken? Now I don't even remember because it's been so long. See, that's how my memory goes. I didn't send you a thank you. I usually do. I apologize for that. Hi, Connie. How are you? And it did look good, Jolene. It really did. All right. Sylvia's saying chorizo in a roasted red pepper sauce. Oh, yes. That sounds good. Okay. Erin says she bought the Pampered Chef pan. That's the one I use. You should be fine. You'll be good. You'll be good. Post pictures on Facebook. Oh, good idea. Alaska Family Kitchen. I like to add potatoes to chorizo for a breakfast. Ugh, I can't even speak. Breakfast skillet or breakfast burritos. Yes. Yes, Jen. Yes. Delicious. Oh yeah, and somebody else did that too I have a recipe for air fryer breakfast burritos, and somebody said they added chorizo instead of, I think I put ham in mine, or I don't remember, but and they said it was really good, but it was a little too spicy. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, Trisha Fat Daddios are great pans to pressure cook. Wayne, did you find the link, Wayne? Because I posted it. Okay, Peggy. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool foodie user for years, but I cannot cook a decent beef roast in the 701. My old baby died. I bought the new one, but on steam crisp, it dries out and way overcooks. Yep. First time I questioned my roast size, but not after that. Yep. Steam crisp is not a good option for a beef roast, especially one that is that you want for a pot roast. Now, so Peggy, I would say I don't know. I mean, there's so many different kinds of beef roast, different kinds of cuts of beef, and also different end results. So when I see a beef roast, I don't really know if you mean a pot roast or if you mean like a sliceable roast beef. But either way, probably steamed crisp would not be my option. Maybe if I wanted a sliceable one, I might think about it, but probably not gonna be my option. I'm gonna go with all dry heat for sliceable, like roast beef, like for medium rare sliceable roast beef, I'm gonna go with a dry cooking environment. And for a pot roast, I'm probably gonna go with a moist cooking environment, followed by a little bit of dry cooking so that you can, like brown up the top if you need to. So yeah, so I'm not surprised that didn't work out, but don't it's not the OL's fault. It's just you just need to pick a different cooking method. Okay. Let's see. Trisha, I did link to the recipe. Jolene, I did not say thank you. So I will find that email and I don't know how it got by me because I usually only file them away when they're addressed. But I will tell you this. Not that it's an excuse because it's not, but it's something really stupid that I did. I signed up. We can post our recipes, like we can submit our recipes to a whole bunch of different like recipe sites, right? And somebody was telling me that they were getting great traffic from this grouping of sites. So I decided that I would enroll myself and post my recipes there, right? Well, what she forgot to tell me is that this whatever this thing is, they spam you with 14,000 emails a day from all kinds. I mean, like I'm getting adult dating sites, okay? Like they sell your information to everybody under the sun. So now my salted pepper email account is inundated with these stupid spam things. And I take like about 5 minutes every day and unsubscribe to all of them. And then, of course, report the spam ones, and delete the other ones. But oh my gosh. So that could be why it could be lost in the mix of that junk. And it's been going on for a long time. And I still, it's slowing down, but not as nearly as much as I want. And I can't change my address, right? I've got to have an address, thesaltedpepper.com. Like if it was something else, I would not. But it has to be Louise at thesaltedpepper.com. I can't change that. It really burns me up. I should have used a dummy, an email account that I don't use that much. I should have used that. Okay. Belinda, best steaming baskets to cook vegetables in the 14 in 1. If yours came with the air crisping basket, that is the best thing to steam in. I love it. If it did not, anything that fits that has like holes in it. So if you have a colander at home that fits in the foodie, you can use that to steam. A lot of people like to use silicone steaming baskets. You can use them. I'm not a huge fan of silicone. I'm just not. Sometimes it stinks. And sometimes it imparts that flavor into your food. Ugh, like plastic. I can't stand it. Um, and that's just some brands, I guess. But ever since then, I'm like, mm-mm. Like I have tried to do like little egg cups. Now I do have an egg mold that doesn't do that, but I was trying to make some other fancy little egg things. And I was like, it tastes with the silicone. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I'm not a huge fan of silicone, but maybe because I'm just too cheap and buy the cheap stuff. But yeah, so the air fryer basket's great for steaming. You can even steam your vegetables on the plate. If you didn't have a crisping basket, if you have the crisping plate, you could pile them up. I don't like that as much, but you could. But yeah, anything that fits and has holes in it will work just fine. Okay, let me try to find this link again. Let me see if. Okay, I'm going to post it again, Wayne, right now, which it is 7:53, and your message came in at 7:30. So scroll down and it should come through. Okay. Excuse me. I am so sorry. Yeah, Barbara, I hate the spam too. I really do. Um, okay, let's see. I got it. You guys got it, hopefully. All right, let's see. Um, okay, so Peggy, I have excellent success with pot roast. Okay, so we're not talking pot roast, but for sliceable sirloin using the thermometer, it's a dead loss. There must be something that I'm missing. Well done does not go over in this house. So you're saying what method again I should use? 3 pound sirloin. I just hate to not use my foodie. I certainly can cook it in the oven, but why? Okay, so a 3 pound sirloin. I have a recipe on my website for roast beef. Just follow that. I use broil. That way you're gonna get that nice crust on the outside, but you're gonna keep it medium rare. And what you do is you stop cooking. You don't need a thermometer. I mean, you can use it, but you don't need it for this recipe. You cook it until it develops the crust, and then you just close the lid and keep the foodie off. I don't know for like 20 minutes, and then you've got perfectly cooked roast beef, and people love it. It works for them all the time. So yeah, check that out. It's sirloin. No, it's called the perfect roast beef, I think. In the Ninja Foodie, and it's by the Salt and Pepper. And if I can find it, I guess I could link to it. Let's see, roast beef. Let's see what comes up if I do roast beef foodie. Okay, let's see how far down. Oh, I'm number one on Google. Okay, so let me go and find this. And now, whoops, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Peggy. Yeah. The burn on the top. Yeah, because when you're trying to cook it all the way through with that high heat and it's such a small cooking environment, you're almost always gonna get the burn on the top. So if you go with the broil, you can even flip it to avoid that if you want to, and then turn the heat off and let it finish cooking with the residual heat. It works really well. Hi, MD, and I know you told me what your real name is, and I can't remember. I'm so sorry. It's embarrassing. I have the memory of a gnat. I think a gnat probably has a better memory than I do. All right. So did we get the links, guys, that you were looking for? Did you find the link for the tacos? I mean, they literally are the best tacos I've ever had in my life. And they work out perfectly. They're so good. Um, okay, Val, what do you recommend for cooking frozen salmon in the multi-cooker? What multi-cooker is it? Is it the Ninja Foodie? Is it the Ninja Speedy? Is it, do you have steam and crisp? Because that could be a good option for frozen salmon. The steam would thaw the salmon in a moist cooking environment. And then you could, like, you're not going to crisp it up because obviously it's salmon, but, you could get that broiled look. So, uh, Oh, Jeff, you just kind of caught me off guard. Okay. So, anyway, but clarify what the multi-cooker is because there's so many different ones, right? I don't know exactly which one you're talking about. Um, okay. I don't understand. Okay. I don't understand. I keep posting it. Um, okay, I just posted it again. Oh no, that's the roast beef. I'm sorry. Now I gotta go. We want this. We want the taco recipe. We want the taco recipe. I don't blame you. They're the best tacos in the world. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Okay, there you go. Um, okay, hopefully that works. Okay, so Jeff, hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. We're getting ready to sign off, I think here. Um, okay, all right. Any other last questions before I say goodnight? I think it's Missy. I think it's allergies. Honestly, it just started. Oh, okay. Jefferson Tupelo. Okay. Barbara, yes, these are the tacos at CJ's. I don't know if that video, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if they're exact. I haven't seen the video, so I don't think they're the exact. I mean, I don't think he turned our video, that we did live. I don't think he turned that into a short. So I'm not really sure. But Lisa, who originally did the tacos, it is Q Belly, Q Belly Barbecue. Let me he's more Instagrammer, okay? But let me get on Instagram. I'm not a huge Instagrammer. He is. Um, let me see if I could grab. I guess it would be. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. How embarrassing. Okay, we're not going to turn this on. Oh boy, you guys are really testing me out tonight. Now I got to try to figure out how to work Instagram. Oh, wait a minute. There he is. Oh, that's a story. Okay. Let me. Jeez, peasy. I do not know how to work Instagram, which is why I don't post to it. Oh, there, I can search. Okay. Q bellies. Hope everybody gets a good laugh from me tonight. Okay. So his name is Joe Silva. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. And everybody, you should go follow him and you should definitely make his tacos. So he apparently, I think he had a food truck, and he made these at his food truck, and they just went over really well. And I can see why. I mean, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Okay. Q Belly's link to Instagram is up. The YouTube short is up, which I'm going to go watch right now. And I think that's it. Any other last minute questions before I say goodnight? We did it in an hour and I actually got through the chat. That means I didn't talk too much, maybe, right? Thanks, Joseph. Joseph said, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. John, thank you so much. I was just thinking about you the other day and I was like, I gotta pen an email. I just haven't had time to sit down and do that. I apologize. Well, thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. And I guess I just really hope that Crystal's okay. I think that's kind of throwing me off a little bit too. All right, Craig, see ya. See you Sunday and next Tuesday. Happy Easter to everybody who is celebrating. Oh, let me just tell you. So we're talking about corned beef and cabbage. Oh my gosh, Maria, thank you so much. We tried your recipe for corned beef and cabbage in the foodie. It's actually one of the best meals in my life. Oh my gosh. What a compliment that is. That's amazing. And guess what? I don't know if I shared this. I think I did, but in case you missed it, I finally got brisket I home cured it and it turned into corned beef. So all the people that have trouble finding corned beef in the UK, I've got you covered now because you can do it at home and it's really easy to do, but it does take 5 days. But it's amazing. And I didn't get it done in time for St. Patrick's Day like I was hoping because I kept having fails. I was failing. It was too salty. It was gross. It was this, that, and the other, but I finally got it right. And oh my gosh, it was like all the stars aligned. I was so happy because it's a long video to shoot, right? So each time I did it once and I said, okay, Jeff, this is not going to be one of those normal recipes where I test it 3 times and then we film it. We're going to film each and every time I test it because I'm going to make adjustments, but if it's perfect, it's perfect. Like it's about the cure, it's about the ingredients in the cure. Not the cooking technique because I just pressure cooked it for that. But oh my gosh, I was so happy. It turned out amazing. So I'm really looking forward to you guys seeing that one. Yeah, definitely. I want to see what you're making. Email it to me and hopefully I don't ignore you this time. Although I did get that video. I just don't know why I didn't send back a thank you. Aaron, this is a good one to go on. What is your favorite method to cook frozen chicken? I don't have one. because I don't cook frozen chicken that often. Okay. Now, frozen chicken. Do you mean a whole chicken? Do you mean chicken breast? Do you mean chicken thighs? Frozen chicken thighs are pretty good because they are very forgiving. So, but I don't have a favorite method because I go by what I'm actually cooking. What method they're going to do the best with. Um, Frozen chicken breast, I cannot get them to turn out right. Okay. So that's a no for me. Now, if they were cubed and in liquid, if they were cubed and frozen cubed, like not in one big ball of cubes, but actually cubed up into bite-sized pieces and then frozen on a cookie sheet and then put into a bag so that each one was individual. You could easily dump those in and pressure cook like in a soup or something like that. It would be perfectly fine. But taking like a chicken breast that's frozen and trying to cook it from frozen, your outsides, because you have no skin on it, right? We're just talking a boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's just going to dry out. It's not going to be very good. So they're hard to do that way. Could steam and crisp maybe, but I would thaw it. You can quick thaw chicken too. You can quick thaw it under running water. If it's in a sealed bag. I mean, I wouldn't just throw your chicken breast under water, although you could, but it changes the texture a little bit. Sous vide. Oh, I do have a favorite method. There we go. Frozen chicken breast, sous vide, because it won't make a difference because it's not going to ruin your chicken. So sous vide would be my favorite method for frozen chicken. Any which kind of chicken cut you wanted, except for a whole chicken. Might be a little tricky. I think you could do it though, but it'd be tricky. Okay, guys. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Wendy. How are you? I don't even think I said hi to you. And we've got somebody who is maple smoking an Easter ham. Next year, I'm going to do a ham. I got burned out on a ham. I think the first or second year the Ninja Foodie was out because I think I made like 10 or 12 hams trying to figure out what the best method was. And I had, oh my gosh, I had spiral hams and bone-in hams and boneless hams and blah, 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 blah. I'm so sick of ham that I haven't made it since. So I was going to try it this Easter, but I decided to do a lamb one instead. So I got lamb. So for those of you that want to make lamb for Easter, or any time you want to make lamb, this is a leg of lamb, boneless leg of lamb. Amazing results with this recipe on my website. And I think it's just lamb and the Ninja Foodie or something like that. All right, guys, I love you all. I will see you next Tuesday for Tasty Tuesday, where Jeff and I will be cooking. Uh-oh. John, you stopped me dead in my tracks. Watch your back. All right. First of all, John, so John sent me a message here, just on YouTube, like everybody can see it. Louise, watch your back just came to me. So John has some special gifts, and he is able to kind of like feel things, and he's been really right a lot of times, especially with me. But when that came through, for one split second, I thought somebody might be behind me, ready to kill me. I was like, watch your back. I was like, oh no. Of course, silly me, I can see behind me right now. Nobody's there. But that's what I thought. Like, oh, God, somebody's going to kill me. Okay. I will. I try to always watch my back, Trust and verify, John. Trust and verify, right? Take everybody at face value and believe and love everybody until they prove you wrong, right? I've been burned quite a few times. So I think I'll be good. All right. I don't know where we left off because John just threw me for a loop, but I'm going to say good night to you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday or on Sunday for the video premiere, which I don't even know what video is coming out. I don't even remember. I know I have 2 done. Well, the corned beef is done. And then I have another roast, and I don't even remember how I made that. I did a eye of round. Okay. An eye of round roast. And I did 3 different, I cooked it one way, but then I served it 3 different ways. Like I showed you how to make 3 different meals out of it. I think I'll do that for Easter. I don't know. Which one do you guys want? Let's do quick. For those that are still in the chat, I'll stay on 5 minutes. Do you want to see the corned beef video or the eye of round video on Easter Sunday coming up. Which recipe, which video do you want me to put out? Let me know. So I'll wait here for a few minutes. Eye of round. We got one for eye of round. I'm going to time it. So whoever, 2 for eye of round. And it was inexpensive. I'm looking for inexpensive cuts of meat. We've got 4 for eye of round, 5. Oh, okay. So pretty much eye of round. Okay, that's the one I'll do. And Wayne says corned beef. Wayne, I think you're outvoted. I'll give it. I'll wait. I said 5 minutes. I will wait 5 minutes. For everybody. So we've got 1 corned beef, and the rest are eye of round. 2 corned beefs. The rest of are eye of round. 3 corned beefs? No, 2 corned beefs. We will block you. Oops, I hope I didn't block the wrong person. Okay, we don't talk like that in my lives. Okay. All right. I think eye of round. It's definitely going to be eye of round, right? We'd have to really get the corned beef people to really do it quick. Faith says eye of round. It's okay. So on Instagram, Bonnie, you would find him at we got 3 for corned beef. His last name is Joe Silva. So his last name is Silva, Silva. And his thing is, Instagram.com/ the letter Q bellies, BELLIES BBQ. I can post a link again for you. Let me find it here. There you go. All right, so I've got 3 minutes left. Gosh, so funny how fast time goes when I'm talking, and then when I'm just sitting here waiting, it's like, So we still have 3 minutes. So I'm going to wait 3 minutes. Joseph, have a good lunch. What are you going to make? I haven't had dinner yet. It's 8:15 here. I have no idea what I'm going to make for dinner. Nothing. I have nothing out. Oh, well, yes, I do. You know what I have? So I told you guys earlier that I had soup. This is when I screwed up the OL series. All right, so we've got 3 or 4 for corned beef, but I'm still pretty sure when I go back and count, it's going to be the eye of round. But I had this, what is it called? It was a vegetable lentil soup, okay, that I made. And it's delicious, okay? It's absolutely delicious. But I wanted something like a little bit more substantial than just that soup. So I added some little mini bow tie pasta to it and pressure cooked. This after I didn't get the slow cooker thing to work. So I was like, well, maybe I need to add something to the soup and just pressure cook, right? So I added some more stock and I added the little pasta and pressure cooked it. It was so delicious. Oh my gosh, so delicious. John, thank you so much. It's always great to see you commenting and to be in the chat. That's awesome. And we need to cash in your teaching hour thing. And you, Barry, me, and Jeff just need to hang out on a Zoom or something. Okay, so we got another corned beef. Let's see. I don't think corned beef won, though. I still think eye of round, but I'll have to go back and I'll have to tally them up because now we're getting a little closer. I think we have 1 minute. Yep, 1 minute. Look, I'm doing math on my hands. I'm doing the finger math. How many minutes do we have? 1 minute. 1 minute. What if it's a tie? What if it's a tie? I didn't think about that. All right, guys. All right, our 5 minutes is up. Let's see. I'm going to count them. Let's see. We've got 1 corned beef, 2 corned beefs, 2 eye of rounds, 3 corned beefs, 3 eye of rounds, 4 corned beefs, 4 eye of rounds. But then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Eye of round. Okay, eye of round roast is coming out this Sunday. You're going to love it. I do 3 different things with it, and it's so much fun. In fact, I'll give you an inside little tip since you guys are watching me for this long hour and 15 minutes. When you see the video, this is the funny thing that only you guys are going to know. Nobody else is going to know this. So I said in the intro, and I'm going to show you how to do it, or how to make, or I forget what I said, but something about, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways you can use this, right? And then it was time to move on to, then I do like, welcome to the salted pepper, blah, blah, blah. And when I'm done that, then usually I take a minute, the cameras are still rolling, but we take a minute to kind of, get ready to start shooting the actual video. And Jeff says, so what 3 ways are you going to show how to do? I said, I don't know. I had no idea. He's like, you just threw that out there. You're promising like you're going to show them how to make 3 things out of this, and you don't even know what they're going to be. I'm like, no, not yet. I'll figure it out when we get there. And that's exactly what I did. I figured it out. Like, I thought about it through the video. I'm like, yeah, let's do some tacos, and let's do some this, let's do some of that. So yeah. So I like to wing it, we want to have fun with these videos. So throw Jeff for a little loop, because he's like, are you sure you're going to be? Yeah, I'll figure it out. I promise. All right, guys. I love you guys. You have a great night. And I'm just going back through just to make sure that. Oh, Jolene, I can't release 2 that day. I can't release 2 that day because that means I'm going to have to shoot one really quick and get it edited for next week. And I can't do that because it's spring and we've got 8 chicks and a new greenhouse and tons of little plants, seedlings that I've grown that I need to transplant. So all kinds of stuff going on. It's busy, busy, busy time. So, all right. Happy Easter to everyone that's celebrating. Have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you Sunday for the Eye of Round Roast premiere on YouTube and Tuesday for Tasty Tuesday. And have a great rest of your day or evening. Hi, Shawnee. We're leaving now, though. We're signing off. It's the hour and 15 minutes is up. And so we are saying goodnight to everybody. Kisses, Joni. Bye, Craig. See you guys later.